this match. They have spent so long trying to get here, and here they are competing on the world stage. We've got Vitality in the orange and Ground Zero Gaming in the blue in a best of 5. Fairy People begin on offense, get it underneath one. Now Deca out of the corner. Now the play from the midfield. Scrubkilla happy to find a hole in the defensive rotation, and that's a goal.
And it's great passing coming out from Vitality as well. Deca and Siki tried to get this ball out. You can see Jules following it up on the clear, but Vitality just cut it off and find the open net. A 1-goal lead opens up early.
4:49 on the clock. From 11 seconds to get that first goal on. Siki will bump Fairy Peak out of the play, but here comes K-Dop now towards the goal. Fairy Peak looks for some more bumps of his own. K-Dop will get demolished. Now Scrubkilla up against Siki. The pinch goes in Siki's favor all the way down to the orange. K-Dop will look, and now up for the challenge. Jules just completely dunks him and ties the game.
And that is the tone setting that we're talking about from Ground Zero Gaming. You can see Jules just going up and putting it in the face of K-Dop. Not
read there. The defense will have time to reset.
And a bit of chaos in front of the Ground Zero's net, but still Vitality can't break them down. And now back the other way. Shots on target, and it's Siki who takes the lead for Ground Zero.
Ground Zero leading Vitality in game 1. We said it before, the upsets are in the air, man, and Ground Zero is prowling and hungry. Renault Vitality, and things looking pretty good here for Ground Zero. It's Fairy Peak and K-Dop will try to put together one last effort.
This ball rolling around the corner. Scrubkilla is going to keep this one up, and Vitality just can't do it. Ground Zero.
Quick response comes out. Ground Zero Gaming's back on offense.
And look at the space in the midfield. A lot of respect for both teams coming out now, and this one's popped up by Scrubkilla. It's just going to drop in. No connection there from the Vitality player, and they're up by 1.
The midfield trebuchet. He's got a triple threat here in the midfield with K-Dop off to the left, Fairy Peak off to the right, and just takes the shot. No preparation there. Ground Zero's like, well, okay, I guess it's going in, and now they'll go back to kickoff.
And that goes back to the midfield, the space that Vitality and Ground Zero have. It's just wide open space for both teams to take. Scrubkilla says, thank you, I'm just going to throw this one up in the air and hope for a teammate to come through. And there's another one for Vitality, this time K-Dop putting it away.
Fairy Peak grabbing his boost in the corner was key. It denies Siki, and then he's able to have all the room to work and just to get that ball out to K-Dop. He'll drop that one in, and now a 2-goal lead for Vitality. They'll look to...
And Fairy Peak can't drop it down. This one's still floating and finally cleared away by Jules.
Jules gets it off to the corner. Scrubkilla will look for K-Dop on the far side. He drop it back down to his teammate up against Deca, who's backwards in goal. Scrubkilla will find the far corner, put it in 3-0 now. Chance of Europe.
And what a play coming out from Vitality. K-Dop going downfield and beating Siki out, and then Deca's stuck. He can't challenge this play in time. He lets the shot come through, and having a 3-0 lead here. We're coming up on a minute left. No reason to overcommit. No reason to throw this game away. Go when you have the chance, and maybe put it away here as Scrubkilla does find it. A 4-0 lead for Vitality.
Man, Vitality, the difference between this game and the NRG match we just watched is their shots are just on target. Every time they're shooting, it's not necessarily more pressure. A nice save from Jules as he gets re-grounded, recovers quickly. Scrubkilla looking for more pressure here. Sees the fake on Deca, and oh my goodness, it's just haphazardness from Ground Zero as K-Dop will sneak another one through.
K-Dop with his second goal here in this game, and a hat trick for Scrubkilla as well. Something to mention here, the defense just breaking down for Ground Zero. Looking forward here for...
Can match Vitality in the midfield, but they cannot hesitate for any moment. The moment you give Vitality that extra room to breathe, it's the moments when they're punishing. So they'll get another one in for the road. 16 seconds left, up by 6.
And 4 now for Scrubkilla, but to your point, Wave, something that we saw INTZ do so well was just complete disrespect from against NRG, and we saw it a little bit here from Ground Zero in game number 1, but things have gotten away in game number 2. I'd like to see Ground Zero go back to the gameplay that we saw in the second half of game number 1, because it was really working against Vitality.
These are all valuable goals for Vitality. It's the second tiebreaker in our groups is goal differential, so it is always meaningful to continue to run the score up here for these teams. As time will expire in Vitality, be able to bounce back here.
He's 1-1 apiece.
Move into game 3. Ground Zero getting shut out in game number 2. We need to find some goals, and that is not a good start. K-Dop will tuck it into the corner in the last possible second, and Vitality picks up right where they left off.
So this ball's thrown into the corner, but there's just no one there from Ground Zero, and then that last defender just gets beat up and over his head. K-Dop is there.
Vitality feeling comfortable right now. K-Dub will pop it over the top, and Fairy Peak looks for the shot. Sicky's got the save, but here comes Scrub Killer, looks for another one, and it's just a bit wide. K-Dub puts it back in. Scrub Killer will tuck it in. What a team play from Vitality.
Everybody getting involved here from Vitality. You can see Ground Zero scrambling to get a hold of this play. Balls ricocheting off of players. It finally goes in for Vitality with everyone getting a touch. A 2.
No contact. Fairy Peak. Scrub Kill is there. Soft touch back towards K-Dub, but Sicky's able to move in. Sends a shot towards the goal, and it's in. The backfield just left open for Vitality. Ground Zero gets a much-needed goal.
And Sicky saw this one all the way. K-Dub crept up just a little bit too far, and he could see the backfield was wide open. Puts it up over his head. Vitality side here. Something could happen. Sicky can't find it in the midfield. Fairy Peak just going to push this one on for Vitality.
Oh, the fake from Scrub Killer. He gets it in front of the box, and it'll be the finish there. Scrub Killer actually gets credit for the goal. Fairy Peak put it back onto his bumper. Watch this play from the rookie.
Great fake coming out from Scrub Killer. Puts this one across, and it drops in for him. Fairy Peak was there to put it away, but Vitality now a 3-1 lead with 38 seconds left here in Game 3.
This is the Vitality we were expecting to see here. Up against Ground Zero, and Ground Zero definitely making a name for themselves, taking that game number 1, but they've got to find a few more here if they want to be able to see Game 5. As Deca will put one in. It's now a 1-goal game again. They're keeping the offense strong and keeping this game within reach.
And it's just that one minor mistake there from Vitality to let that ball bounce and have nobody be on top of it. Deca makes them pay. Now just a 1-goal game, 26 seconds left. What can Ground Zero do?
Deca on the kickoff. Scrub Killer with the win. Sicky will try to emerge with ultimate ball control. Scrub Killer is airborne. Jules will find a block. Okay, up towards the goal. Sicky's got this one. A bit of boost to work with, but loses the challenge to Scrub. Now the pass across. Deca's got to get the save, but this one's still just kind of lofted above the goal. Sicky will extend it out. Now back down to the corner. 4 seconds left. Only 1 goal. They can play into zero time. Jules is airborne. He'll look to get the full court carry here out to Deca. Jules low on boost right now, though, and all of Vitality happy to let it hit the ground.
And they're looking for that one opportunity. Could come off the back wall here. Free shot for Sicky, but it's right at K-Dub. No power on that one, and of course no boost to work with. Still another shot comes through. It opens up for Jules, and Ground Zero take the lead.
So much less time on offense for Ground Zero, but they're so much more efficient in this situation. They got the boost steal as well, so they could have probably continued this for a few more rounds. The 50-50 and straight back on offense for Vitality. Hounding the players in the corner. Fairy Peak will send this one towards the goal. Sicky makes a save. Final minute approaching. This one back in front. Scrub Killer finds the shot and ties the game with exactly a minute left. We're all tied up. What a crazy finish this one's going to be.
And Scrub, Vitality finally finding the back of the net here. They've had so many shots. 6 for Vitality here.
It doesn't quite get punished, though, as Fairy Peak was too far back. Even Vitality afraid of making mistakes in overtime.
Still the control in their favor. An opportunity here off the back wall. It's K-Dub who drops it down. And Vitality take down Ground Zero in a 3-1 win.
You can't stop him, and he gets the win in 4 games. K-Dub by himself reads it off a Jules bumper and secures the win for